Well, you wanted this episode to be a fun one.
Let's do it fun style. Last episode, we recorded the last episode. If this one's fun, we can put this one out first. So this will be some good fun, old-fashioned fun, good old Dagnabbit boys fun.
I don't think it's going to be fun.
You don't think so?
Based on the way you've been talking, I don't think this is going to be
Outside was awesome. Smoking cigarettes outside? I said a lot of awesome stuff.
Talking about how cuckolding is more prescient than ever. You're like, next episode, let's be silly. And then you're like, everything's been subsumed into capitalism. And it's only going to get more. Before we walked in, you said, if you think it's empty now, just fucking watch. Just fucking wait till you see it.
Well, my point was that AI is not gonna. It's not gonna go away because there's still stuff to steal.
Yeah, I mean,
as long as there's stuff to steal, it'll keep going. Anyway, let's not talk about this. With the last episode, I yelled a lot. I said I hated love. I said ice cream was fascist. I said a lot of badass stuff that was awesome.
What do you want to talk about? That's fun.
We talk about like farting or something. We could definitely like churn out a farting thing, like some sort of fart thing. Like, what if you farted and like, does it make you mad sometimes when people fart? Like, a guy will fart and then act like it's some funny joke, and it's like, no, this is annoying this is gonna be annoying for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like maybe I'm not goofy enough, but when people like fart to be funny, I'm just kind of like, nah.
Yeah, maybe I just don't, It's like, a fart can be, farts are funny. They are funny, but it's like, there's a time and a place,
It's funny to be the farter.
It's funny to fart at a funeral. That's funny. But like to fart when everyone's bored?
Yeah, I think that's the thing. If you're all just sitting around and then a guy just rips one, you're like, well, it was boring, and now it also smells like the inside of your asshole.
Yeah.
So what are we supposed to do now?
We should tell guys that fart when it's boring, like, hey, newsflash, we don't like the inside of your asshole.
Wait till your grandma dies. Then it will be funny. Yeah, you're at your grandma's funeral, the priest is giving a eulogy, and then you just rip one.
Yeah.
Everybody's mad at you.
Or if the priest farts, like if the priest farts like directly in your grandma's dead face.
If it's an open casket funeral and then he jumps up and lands his butt on top of your grandma's dead face and then farts into her open dead mouth.
That would be funny.
And then everybody's like, you know what? I guess he's teaching us to not take everything so seriously.
Plus, I think they emptied out most of her organs, so there's just going to be a fart inside of her now.
Once he closes her mouth, the fart will never leave. And it'll be there forever. And
so they're burying a fart. They're burying her body, a fart, and a toy car we put in there for some reason. They always be burying motherfuckers with toy cars. You ever notice this?
I don't know why when you said that I imagined putting the toy car inside the grandma. It's funny to imagine a mortician. He calls you and he's like, all right, we finished preparing your grandma's body. And you're like, thank you. And he goes, by the way, I put a toy car in there. And you're like, what? He's like, I put a little toy car inside of your grandma.
What about like a guy, the guy that does the makeup and stuff for her, and you're talking to the family, and they're like, oh, she looks so beautiful, and he's just like, so, yeah? You gonna kiss her? Oh, you don't like my work? You don't want to kiss her?
You don't want to fuck that lady?
I guess I better take her back inside.
Let's fix the framing a little. Make sure you're always cheating out to camera. We gotta be more cinematic with this.
Yeah. That was the problem. That's a big problem. We got to go to film school to film these sketches.
It would be funny if the mortician finished fixing up your grandma, but he dyed her hair and gave her like lip filler post-mortem and like made her look like Betty Boop and was like, look how hot I made your grandma. She looks gorgeous now. Look at her big cheeks. She looks like Sofia Vergara.
He picks out this, there's like a 16-year-old girl, and he's like, if you were dead, I could make you so hot.
I'm not allowed to do it to live people, but I go crazy on a dead face.
I wanted to be a plastic surgeon.
I gave your grandma fake tits.
I shipped your grandma to Brazil to get a butt lift. We're going to have to reschedule the funeral because her corpse is in Brazil right now.
You'll notice her midsection is kind of peeking out of the coffin. That's because there's a humongous ass under her that will never really be seen by anybody, but I know it's back there. And it's tight.
A guy bringing the corpse of somebody's grandmother into the mortician's office, and he's like, perfect, because I just bought this crop top and miniskirt combo.
Can you imagine you go to an open casket funeral and your grandma's in a crop top and miniskirt? How fucking horny you'd be. It is crazy. Those guys be fucking the dead bodies.
You turn to your wife and you're like, since my grandma's in a miniskirt and a crop top, I'm going to go to the bar with the boys afterwards. And she's like, I get it. That's code for cheating. That's code for going to a prostitute.
You're at your grandma's funeral and the mortician put a fake ass, fake tits, lip filler, and Botox into your dead grandma, and it's an open casket. So you look at your wife and you say, I think I'm going to use my hall pass. And she's like, boys will be boys. Always wanting to fuck their dead grandma's corpse that's been made into a Betty Boop-like character by the mortician. Women are always competing with the bodies of their husbands' grandmothers.
With the way things are, I'm pretty sure I've heard of the manosphere talk about this, where it's like you gotta be able to domesticate your woman. You know, she's got to know that when you see your grandma's corpse that's dolled up like Betty Boop, that you're gonna fuck.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have multiple women. You know, you gotta have your wife, you gotta have your mistress, you gotta have your grandma's corpse,
and a street cat, and a street cat that you kiss. Yeah, your woman needs to know that she's in direct competition with your grandmother, who is either dead or alive. She can never hold a candle to your dead grandmother's corpse, because she holds the embodiment of wisdom that was imparted upon you. But now if you have sex with her, it doesn't ruin your relationship with your grandma.
Yeah.
Because she's dead.
That's the problem, though, is like, you know, when you're friends with your grandma and then you have sex and the friendship's all weird.
I know. It's like, oh my God, I wish we would have just stayed friends.
Yeah.
Because now when I come over after school, it's like there's this weird thing in the air of like, do we just go back to talking or do we just fuck every time now?
Yeah.
And then your grandpa's all pissed at you. Now he's trying to press you.
And it's like, come on, Gramps, your dick can't get hard.
Your dick can't get hard?
I get that you're a hero. I get that you have a Medal of Honor. But you're going to have to let the young stallion have a chance.
You got the Medal of Honor, I got the dick of youth.
Yeah.
She's sick of the old buck. Let the young stallion take a turn at her. It does suck when you ask your grandpa permission to fuck your grandma.
Yeah.
He's all bitchy about it. And you're like, dog, I don't need your permission.
It's like, so no wonder she don't want to fuck you no more, your grumpy ass.
Yeah. You're always reading huge books. Ain't nobody want to fuck you.
Motherfucker reading westerns from the 50s. Dork ass.
Yeah. Motherfucker looking at John Wayne saying this is how men used to be. Well, this is how men are now. Yeah. They fuck their grandmas.
And sure, yeah, I painted my nails black. Yeah, Grandpa, deal with it. I'm fucking your wife and my nails are painted black.
When your goth grandson is fucking your wife. Nothing worse. Only in America, too. This isn't happening in other places.
Yeah, this is only in America. In France, they're, you know, when they fuck their grandmas, you know, they don't wear the painted on lipstick, painted on nails.
When you fuck your grandma in America, it's like an act of like self-hate and full knowledge that you're fucking your grandma, and you're like, I'm so depraved. When you fuck your grandma in France, you're being all, you know, like, what even is a grandma?
Yeah.
She's just the old lady. She's not my mother. And if she was, I'd still have sex with her.
She is my mother's mother.
America knows how to hate itself. France accepts itself.
And that's why they're still producing really great stuff.
They turn everything into a concept. In America, you go, this isn't a concept. I'm fucking my grandma. This is the devil.
You got to be more like the French.
All right, what are some ways we could be more French?
We could eat bread for breakfast.
I'd like that.
Yeah.
I'd like a little bread for breakfast.
You know, like the long breads?
Baguettes.
Baguettes, yeah. If I had a baguette for breakfast, I'd be in such a good mood.
Have a little coffee, eat a little cheese and bread, smoke cigarettes, put them out on your wife, go out, cheat.
It's crazy. Back. It's crazy, you know, in Europe, they still know they can smoke cigarettes. Can they smoke cigarettes inside?
I don't know. They seem to like to do it outside.
They like to be at the cafe smoking.
They love being at the cafe smoking.
If I could smoke in a movie theater, I feel like I would be so much happier.
We just don't have places that are good to smoke. You don't want to smoke inside of a Starbucks.
Yeah, you don't.
They know how to make a cafe. And in America, we're like, what if it was the most efficient cafe possible? It's like, then it will suck.
Yeah.
You go into a Starbucks and there are tables, but you feel like you're not allowed to sit there.
Yeah. If you go anywhere in America and there's like tables and stuff, you're like, is this for the homeless?
And they're like, legally. Legally they are, yeah.
I was in a McDonald's yesterday and a homeless guy placed his order and then he just started screaming. He placed his order and he started walking back and forth and pacing and screaming while waiting for his order. And then they gave him his order and he stopped.
Because it sucks when you're hungry and you're waiting.
Yeah. If he had a Snickers right then, if they were, McDonald's should have Snickers behind the counter for homeless guys.
Yeah.
And then once they take a bite, they turn into like a man in a suit with a job.
Mm-hmm. Because he wasn't him when he's hungry.
Yeah.
That guy is just doing how we all feel.
Yeah.
Because the moment between like ordering and then waiting for your food is you're just in a McDonald's and you feel like a fucking loser.
Yeah.
So like all of us, once we order, are just like, fuck!
Yeah.
Fuck! And then you get your food and you're like, all right, not so bad. And then you finish and it feels like you just came and you're like, ugh, I gotta get out of here.
Disgusting.
Yeah, you're like, what the fuck's wrong with me? Why am I eating
dirty?
Why am I eating in a McDonald's? Why is everybody watching videos so loudly on their phone? That needs to fucking stop.
I don't know. The thing is about people watching videos on public is it's community, and we don't have enough of that.
It's not community.
We don't have enough of that in America.
It's not community. Nobody's talking to each other. They're all on their phones.
When you go to a movie theater, no one's talking to each other, but you still feel part
We're all
of one
watching
whole.
the same thing. I don't want to hear...
Well, now that you're hearing it, you're kind of involved.
I don't want to hear this talk show from Uzbekistan.
Well, that makes one of us.
I also feel like everybody who's playing something loudly on their phone, it's always like, ba-da-ba, pew, 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 whoop, 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 whoop. It's always like 19 fucking alarm sounds. It's insane. Shut the fuck up.
No.
Absolutely. Shut the fuck up. It's the only thing white people are right about is just if you're alone in public, be fucking silent. Every time, it just, goddamn. People on planes, just, oh, I got my phone. Let's turn the volume all the way up for Candy Crush. What the fuck are you doing?
Have you considered these people might be hard of hearing?
Then they don't, then all the better.
And the music to Candy Crush is really good.
I mean, the amount of times I've heard like cha-ching, 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 cha-ching on an airline of a person that spent hundreds of dollars on a ticket to sit down and they're like, well, time for Candy Crush. Bing, 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 bing.
That's why you got to bring
bing.
your own headphones
Bing,
and
bing,
then
bing.
listen to the same song over and over again.
I'm
as loud
reading.
as possible.
I read and write on airplanes. That's what I do.
I really struggle with like reading a book on a plane for some reason.
I can read a book on a plane. I'll tell you what.
I can write a little bit, but I can't. When it comes to reading on a plane, it's like very difficult. I can't sleep on planes either.
That's why I read and write because I can't sleep. So I get a little reading light.
It sucks because it's like they try to set it up where it's like you could sleep. It's like I can't sleep in my own bed.
Planes are fucking annoying because they always turn the lights all the way off.
Yeah.
I understand dimming, but like you're taking a 3 p.m. flight and they're like, all right, blackout. And you're like, who's fucking sleeping?
Society is set up for these people that can sleep whenever they want to. It's like, what about us?
What about us?
I can't sleep. I don't even know if I slept 2 nights ago.
What about us that are in our seats worried somebody's just going to punch us in the face while they walk to the bathroom?
I never really worry about that.
I'm joking. But I can't sleep on a plane. It's not comfortable. And it just sucks because you're trying to read on a plane. Everybody else is being an adult, wearing headphones, being quiet, and all it takes
fart.
and farting's whatever. All it takes is one person to fuck it up for everybody. Where you have 300 people being an adult, and then one fucking 60-year-old lady is playing Candy Crush as loud as she can, and you're like, well, they've ruined the flight.
God, I was so angry on my first flight. Well, both of the flights, because I had to pee, and then the seatbelt sign is still on, so I have to sit in my chair. And then every time I'll try to get up to use the bathroom after somebody leaves, some old fuck is up, and it's like, I guess I got to be polite to this old fuck.
Yeah.
It's like, why do they need to go anywhere? Go to hospice.
Go to hospice. Where are you going? Nobody wants to see you.
Is there some sort of hospice care in Chicago you need to get to?
Why are you flying your hard-to-look-at ass somewhere else? Stop showing your ugly old face to other people. Keep it in the state you're living in, and don't leave.
Unless I guess you're living in this state. Why'd you go to California in the first place? It's a war zone.
It's a war zone. Your old ass went to a goddamn war zone overrun by militias and gangs. There was a baby crying on the flight, which I don't mind because it's a baby. And
yeah, it's a baby.
I mean, I was thinking about being a baby on a flight of how insane that must be. Where you're just like, what the fuck is happening? Like, this is so not okay. But it was funny because it was crying and it was like really upset. Like one of the most upset babies I've ever heard, where it was like, ah, like just so upset. And then I like kind of heard it talking and I was like, well, shut the fuck up. If you're I mean, hey, be quiet. If you can talk to somebody about this, then talk to your mom.
The baby's like, this is crazy, right?
Yeah, I wanted to go to the mom and be like, well, then explain to him what's happening. If it's crying, like, if it's a baby and it can't understand words or express words, then yeah, cry your ass off. But it talked a little bit, and I was like, well, then figure it out. Which I know is still stupid because you can fucking talk when you're 2 or whatever the fuck. Yeah. But it's also just like, once I heard it talking, it was so funny. My brain just flipped where I was like, all right, well, shut the fuck up then. I mean, this is too much. You can have explained to you we're flying. It hurts a little bit. Deal with it.
I hate that there's still a part of me that's like sympathetic towards kids. I wish I could just be annoyed by them, but I can't.
Yeah, kids are beautiful.
I remember when I smoked.
Except the ones I'm related to. Fucking assholes.
When I'm smoking outside and I see some kids, I'll just always put the cigarette behind me because it's like, I don't want the smoke getting anywhere near the kids.
Yeah.
I just hate that I have enough hope to be like, yeah, but that's a kid.
It's not. It's just a natural urge to try and protect innocence.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot has to happen to want to destroy innocence.
Or nothing.
And even the people that...
I think for a lot, I feel like for a lot of people that want to destroy innocence, not that much happened.
I don't even know if anybody even wants to destroy it. I just think they want what they want. They want what they want and don't really care about the destruction of innocence.
Yeah.
Or like they care, but they rationalize it. Like, pedophiles like feel all bad about what they do, but they still do it because they want to do it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of more evil than being like, I want to ruin a kid's innocence. It's being like, I want to do this and I hope I don't hurt the kid. And it's like, well, you hope. The word hope is coming into play because you're not doing anything to stop it. So you're just hoping. Like, I hope I'm not bad. And it's like, you are. You just can't accept it. That's what most bad stuff is. There's very few people who are just like, I love doing bad stuff. There's just people who do bad stuff and they're like, oh, I shouldn't have done that.
Motherfucker getting nervous after fucking a kid.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I hope the kid is fine when you did the worst thing you could do.
Mm-hmm.
I hope, God, I just did the worst thing you can do. Probably work out okay.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Then 3 months later, they're like, I'll give it another shot.
Maybe I can figure it out.
Pedophiles are always trying to figure it out. They're like, I must just be doing it the wrong way. There's got to be a good way to do this. And it's like, no, it's bad.
There's got to be a better way.
The best way to do this is the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
If you're crushing it at what you do, you're crushing everyone around you. You got to lay off. That's my advice to pedophiles. Lay off. at least take a break.
Yeah.
I mean, I would prefer a full stop, but
if you gotta do it, then at least stop for at least 20 years.
You can do it once every 20 years, and I still think that's way too much.
It is. But some people do it.
Some people do it.
Some people do it once every 20 years. You think about who are, because it's like almost... A lot of people we know are molested, A lot of people. It really hurts your head to think about who's doing it.
You limit yourself to ruining only one person from each generation.
Yeah.
You go, okay, every 20 years, one person from each generation, I will just ruin completely.
You ever think about pedophiles? You think, who are pedophiles? And you're like, fuck, it's my friends and neighbors. It always is. It's always my friends and neighbors doing the bad stuff.
Who are these people fucking kids? Fuck, it's members of my community.
It's people I see every day.
Because it can be no one else.
Yeah.
I keep imagining there's a whole community of pedophiles, but those are the only ones. Those are the ones that are caught, and they put them in the community. But
it could be anyone because nobody talks about doing it.
Yeah. Fuck, it's all the community leaders. Shit, they have a lot of access to kids. Fuck.
Oh, God, it could even be members of my family. It probably is.
Fuck, I looked at the statistics and it always is. Fuck, I just ran the numbers on pedophiles. It turns out it's always members of my own family. And then a bunch of people can't handle that, and they're like, I bet it's people coming from Mexico. And you're like, not at all.
Yeah.
It's such a statistically negligible thing for you to say. But if you don't want something to be true, you just don't care about it.
Yeah. You fucking scapegoat it,
Yeah. No, it's not my brother.
Who else would it be, though?
Not my brother, though.
It's not my brother, but it has to be somebody.
Probably this fella who just walked from Ecuador. This guy definitely didn't walk from Ecuador to escape violence and try and build a life for his family.
It's going to be so hard to be a guy who doesn't speak English and molest a kid, though. That's the thing people don't think about. How much more difficult. Because if you think about when they tell you, like, don't get into somebody's van or do any of this, it does all require talking in a language you also speak.
Yeah. Guy shows up from Ecuador. He's like, Bien aquí? Buena está? And the kid's like, I don't speak English.
If you're gonna molest me.
These victims of pedophiles are always being xenophobic.
Yeah.
They're like, learn the language. Otherwise, you can't fuck me. That actually is a funny way to dismantle that argument of people being like, oh, the people coming over the border are all pedophiles. It's like, imagine how hard that would be. You come here, you don't know anybody. In what position would you be with a child alone?
And most of the people that are pedophiles are like friends of the family or related to the kids.
Yeah, it's like, are you letting the guys that come over, are you going to Home Depot and picking up guys to babysit your kids?
You're going to Home Depot, you're like, I got to choose a godfather.
Yeah, it's like, no, you're getting your childless single brother who fucking lives alone to watch your kids, and then you're being like, who's fucking all these kids? It's like, the weird guy you're related to. The guy you don't ever fucking, the guy you have barely any relationship with. And you go, yeah, he's a little off. But anyway, you can come over and watch my daughter.
Well, that's the even scarier part is usually I feel like these guys aren't off.
Some of them aren't off, yeah.
I think a lot of them aren't off.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people that do bad shit are like pretty fucking normal.
Sometimes they're really charismatic.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're beloved.
Yeah.
People are like, I love this guy. He's got so much confidence. And then you find out,
the confidence is from adrenochrome.
He's so confident, he thinks he can fuck kids. That's why you meet a guy with a lack of confidence. You go, this guy doesn't think he hates himself just for being alive. Me and you, we'll never fuck kids because we wake up and we go, I don't deserve to be alive.
I want, those, they have all those videos of Skid Row, where they're just doing the Skid Row thing.
The Skid Row thing.
Where they're just showing people on the internet, look at how fucked up Skid Row is.
Uh-huh.
I bet a lot of the, like, really rich guys that work in downtown go to Skid Row to pay for pussy.
Mm-hmm.
Like Patrick Bateman types.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get them on the camera at one point. You know, like you get this guy on the camera.
I don't think they leave their car.
Ooh, that's a good point. They probably don't leave their car.
I think they just drive down there and they're like, get on in. And they're like, I get to sit in a Mercedes.
Yeah.
And then they just have 48 hours of torture. And then they come back to Skid Row and they're like, how was it? And they're like, you know.
Evil goes all the way up.
Yeah. They just come back and they're like, I don't know. I mean, everything in my life that happens to me is bad. At least I got to do it in a penthouse.
Yeah.
He poured lead on my feet. He poured hot lead onto my toes. But it was okay. Could have been worse.
Yeah, you know how Jimmy makes me eat rats? This guy also makes me eat rats in a penthouse.
But this idiot cooks them.
Yeah.
This guy thinks he's torturing me. He's cooking the rats before I gotta eat them. I'm sitting over here going, well, I mean, you burned off all the bacteria. Thanks for giving me protein, dummy. Yeah, whatever, you want to fuck my ass. I can't feel my own body. You shot me up with fentanyl thinking it was torture, and I just didn't die because I have a crazy tolerance. So yeah, you can fuck my ass. Oh, you fed me, then fucked me in the ass after giving me synthetic opioids? Boo-hoo! This dumbass thinks he's torturing me. My life is already horrific.
You're gonna torture me when my life is hell? Dumb idiot alert.
This is a vacation. I'm on vacation. I'm strapped down in a penthouse, getting knives thrown at me. I'm on vacation. You shouldn't have given me all those Percocets before you did this, because I'm having too much fun. Yeah,
this is kind of a silly episode.
Yeah, it's silly.
Yeah, it's kind of silly. It's a different type of mad.
Yeah, I was driving to Taco Bell the other night, and I was on Western, and there's like so many hookers walking around on the street, and it's actually really funny because like on the side streets there's just like traffic, from how many cars are stopped talking to hookers, and it is funny because you don't ever really see nice cars.
Yeah.
I just remember just seeing a guy in like a really shitty Ford Expedition. And my first thought was like, he's not prioritizing spending well.
Yeah.
He should think it's not a good idea.
Hey, maybe you could get a nice car and not fuck women with AIDS.
Yeah, I wanted to yell out and be like, you should save the money. Or spend it on something better. Maybe just get a Patagonia jacket.
Yeah.
That'll last longer than this sex you're about to have.
Also, like, if you got a nice car, you could also have sex with the richer equivalent of these women.
Mm-hmm. And that would be nice.
Yeah.
Maybe, for a second. I don't know. It's weird, because you drive down Western, and then you stop at a red light, and then there's a lady in a G-string, and then you look at her ass, but you don't get horny because it's a sad ass.
Yeah.
It's like it's an ass that's like been through a lot.
Yeah.
It's not like a nice ass. Like, it's weird. You know what's weird about the hookers on the street is you go, that's just a regular lady's ass.
There's a big difference between the hookers on the street and the hookers on Instagram.
Yeah. Because it's like, this isn't like a BBL.
Yeah.
This is like your high school girlfriend's ass.
It's crazy it's so much more respectable to be a street hooker than to be like a woman on Instagram with a sugar daddy.
Well,
it's so much more like human.
There's like a working class, it's more human, and there's a working classness to it of like, my ass is not nice, but I will just put on a G-string.
Yeah.
And here's my whole ass.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, I mean, it's just, it's really like the purest form of like, I'm selling my body.
Yeah.
I have done nothing to it. It is just now on sale. But this is the body of any lady you'd meet at a bar.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Are they always fucking in the cars? I think we talked about this, but
I mean, in that particular area, there's a lot of like seedy fucking motels and shit.
yeah.
I'd assume though, like a lot of it is probably like the John's call. At least I don't know. Let's get a whoremonger on the line.
I was just wondering, like, you fucking those ladies in your car, or like, what? How does that happen? Where are you going?
Also, like, having sex in a car isn't that great.
No, it's not great.
It's really bad.
And it just feels like, it just feels so like it would just be hard to be in the moment at all, because like you see a lady on the street and then you go, okay, get in the car and let's go have sex. And then she's like, okay, drive 30 feet and park.
Yeah.
And then you're like, in front of all the other ladies? And they're like, yeah.
I had sex one time in a car, like all we did was we were at a bar, and then we pulled into the street parking near the bar.
Yeah, it's weird.
And the whole time, like, this is like a woman I was dating, and the whole time I was just like thinking, like, they can see into other people can see into. I don't want people to see me doing this.
Why don't you just go back to one of your houses if you were dating?
She wanted to do it in the car.
One time I was hooking up with a girl. Like, we would hang out and hook up multiple times. And, like, one time she was like, she would come to my house and we'd have sex and talk and chat, you know. But one time...
this motherfucking cuck be talking to women.
I just didn't want it to sound like it was so transactional. But one time before, she was like, do you want to have sex in your car? And I just remember just immediately just being like, well, no, I got a bed. We've been having sex in the bed. And then looking back, it's like, I get how it's fun, but just immediately I was like, wow, what? That's for, like, we're not drunk, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's 8 p.m. What do you mean? You're going to come to my house where we both know there's a bed, and then we're going to get in my car and drive to, like, not a destination?
I guess it makes sense if you're, like, also, if you're drunk, you know? Like, if you go, because I think I was like, when you're drinking and you fuck in a car, you're like, hey, I'm just trying to get myself to legal levels.
Sure. You're
trying to sweat out the alcohol.
Trying to come out all the alcohol.
Yeah.
I've had sex in cars with guys from Grindr because you're like, well, this is, you know...
Well, we don't want the podcast to get gross.
This is satanic.
Yeah.
So we can't deface a bedroom with this. We do it in the car because it's disgusting. And then I skirt away. Back to my wife and children.
You very rarely talk about your wife and children.
Because I don't like them.
They do kind of harsh your whole thing.
Because my wife is always saying stuff like, where have you been? Why do you smell like that?
Why do you smell like guys?
You know, why do you have Grindr on your phone? And I tell them it's because it's just like...
I'm buying meth.
Yeah, because I'm addicted to meth, and it's also a great place to buy meth. Or, honestly, to just say you're going to fuck a guy, go over, smoke his meth, and then leave. Because they can't really do anything, especially if you're bigger than them, you know? And they'll get mad, and they'll, like, chase your car, but they're fucking meth head.
Yeah.
And I'm not. I just smoke meth in guys'
And then
apartments.
I come back here, and I work on the classic car in the garage. You notice how much progress I've made on that?
You notice how I keep...
Quit nagging at me, because I've made so much progress on this car.
And the progress is stealing pieces off the car and selling it for meth. I mean, there's nothing funnier than when you go to a guy's apartment and you're smoking meth, and then he takes his dick out, and he starts getting all horny, and then you just get up and leave.
Yeah.
A lot of times they're too embarrassed to even chase you. They're not going to chase you down the hall with a boner. And you're on meth, so you just feel awesome.
It'd be cool to, you know, be able to make yourself throw up. You know, because then you can go to somebody's apartment, smoke their meth, and as soon as he pulls his penis out, you could just make yourself vomit and be like, is that what this was about? That's all I am to you?
But you can just stick your fingers down your throat.
Yeah.
That's also a way of once he takes his penis...
But then it makes it look like, I guess, yeah.
Well, no, just what I'm saying is once he takes his penis out, you just stick your fingers down your throat and throw up, and you go, well, you don't want to fuck a guy who just threw up, did you? And the guy goes, I guess not. And then you say checkmate and leave. Because, you know...
Or you could smoke the meth and be like, I forgot to take my prep.
Yeah.
God damn it. I forgot to take my prep.
Yeah. Well, you smoke meth and you go, oh, I forgot to tell you. Meth actually makes me want to do straight stuff.
I'm the one guy.
instead of meth making me want to get fucked in the ass, it actually makes me want to put my penis into a vagina of a woman I love. And he's like, what? And you go, I'm the one guy. Yeah.
There's probably a lot of guys that are like straight guys with families that are like, yeah, I'm meth gay. Only when I'm on meth.
Totally. 100%.
Because there's guys that think they're drunk gay.
I mean, meth addiction will lead a lot of people to start having gay sex.
Yeah.
Because I guess it just feels so fucking amazing.
I guess that's disgusting to me, but whatever.
Well, because you haven't smoked meth. Neither have I.
I don't know. I'm not trying to yuck anyone's yum. If you want to smoke meth and then go cheat on your wife with like 8 guys in one night, I'm not trying to yuck your yum.
Yeah, stop yucking people's yum.
I'm decided to become a millennial today where I'm going to say not to yuck people's yum.
A guy works hard all day at work, goes home, has dinner, has meaningless sex with his wife. Neither of them enjoy it, but he comes just because of the sensation. She goes to sleep. He gets out his phone, finds a guy, quick as possible.
Yeah.
Then drives 8 miles to a worse part of town, smokes meth for 4 hours, gets fucked in the ass. He says, can my friend come over? He says, who cares? I don't even want to be alive.
Yeah.
That guy's friend comes over and kind of forcibly has sex with him.
Yeah.
And then he goes back. His wife's still sleeping, gets back into bed. His asshole hurts and feels wet. He goes to sleep, wakes up, his asshole's dry, takes a shower. And he's an awesome dad.
He's really good to his son.
Because
he actually plays catch with his son.
He loves his son because he goes, you're still innocent. You don't wait till your wife goes to sleep and have sex with random men.
But you will someday.
But unfortunately, you will. You say that to your son.
Yeah.
You go, do you like baseball? He goes, I love baseball, Dad. He goes, that's good. Because I like smoking meth and having sex with random men while your mother sleeps. But I used to like baseball. That's why being a kid is good. Because you like baseball. Why are you on your phone?
I was just looking at a text I got I'm sorry, I'm on my phone.
Was it awesome?
It was just like some shit talking.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's just, you look at your phone. I look at my phone
Block
for
that
one
number.
Yeah, I guess I could do that. I could block numbers.
If anybody texts me anything negative, I say, blocked.
Yeah.
And then I cut them out of my life.
Anytime anybody says anything, I block them out of my life because it's emotional labor. And I'm an introvert, which is actually awesome to be.
Yeah, it means you're really smart.
If you're an introvert and you actually get nervous at parties, you're actually really cool.
All millennials really do is write articles where they're like, introverts are actually the best at sex and the smartest.
I was at a movie alone yesterday, which I already made an Instagram story about it. But dude, if you like going to the movies alone, you're a fucking loser. Like, Jesus Christ. It's like, I feel like that's the problem with introverts, is they love to have thoughts they never share. If a thought that doesn't share, it's just, you're just going to die? You're just going to die without... People don't realize that thoughts are like, an important part of thinking is discussion. It's really the only reason you think.
I mean, if you never discuss anything, you just think everything you think is right.
Yeah.
And then I think the problem is a lot of people think all those thoughts and think they're totally right, then say it to someone else, and they're like, no. And then they're like, well, now I'm going to bring a gun to school.
Yeah, I fucking hate introverts. It's like, they're just defending being useless.
Well, I think what you hate is people not trying to combat introvertedness at any point.
Yeah, that is. I mean, I'll say grand statements like I hate introverts, but it's not true.
Because, like...
I just hate this, like, sort of weakness where people are, like, nervous to order McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's like, the fuck are you on about?
Yeah.
How are you gonna be anything?
I mean, that's not even being introverted. That's just, like...
being a pussy.
Unkept anxiety.
Yeah.
I think it's like people that are just letting their brains run wild, and a lot of people just didn't understand the concept of accepting mental illness, or it's like you need to go through a period of accepting your issues, but the only reason you go through that period is to ascertain them and then fix them.
Yeah.
Or cope with them as much as you can. But a lot of people just stopped at the first part. where they were like,
well, they
I'm
think it's
depressed.
actually good and interesting to be a fucking loser.
Yeah. But you need acceptance of yourself. Like, I accept that I'm, like, pretty depressed and introverted, but then from that acceptance, I go, okay, so I got to try and talk to more people. I got to wake up and meditate and work out. I got to look at the fucking sun. I got to do things that make me feel productive.
Well, yeah, part of any mental health regimen is like staring at the sun for at least an hour a day.
Just write it. Just fucking
directly at the sun.
Burn those corneas. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you can see, then you're seeing a lot of bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, like, you know, but you need to...
McDonald's must be awesome if you're blind, because you don't even have to look around.
Yeah. It is funny, because you're supposed to accept the parts of yourself you want to change, but you're supposed to accept them in the way that you stop shaming yourself and feeling like a piece of shit so you can actually get to a point where you make positive changes. But a lot of people just accept them and just start liking it, and you're like, what? No, wait, no. You're not supposed to be like, oh, I love it. It's like, no, you're supposed to go, it's okay if I feel introverted and depressed. I just can do things to feel better. But then people just go, it's okay to feel introverted and depressed and do nothing else, and then show up to open mics and bomb their fucking ass off, asking you for pity.
I remember somebody said something at an open mic that was interesting. A host, somebody went up and talked about how they had social anxiety. Wait, I might have just heard this secondhand. Somebody went up and was like, I have social anxiety, and they were doing jokes about it, and then the host just went up and was like, yeah, if you have social anxiety, maybe you shouldn't be doing fucking stand-up. And it's like, they are right. They are completely correct.
I mean, I think it's like if you got social anxiety, like, do stand-up, but just take it as a challenge.
Well, don't talk about it, because then you just look like an idiot. You look like an idiot if you're standing in front of a bunch of people going, I have social anxiety.
Well, you got to call yourself an idiot.
Yeah.
You got to go up and be like, I got social anxiety, which just means I'm the worst guy to talk to at parties. And then people go, he understands.
Yeah.
He gets it. You can talk about doing bad stuff or stupid stuff as long as you're the one making the point that it's stupid.
Yeah.
But you can't go up and be like, I have social anxiety, and it's fine. Because that's not funny.
It's weird. It's weird that people online will still think like depression. Will still talk about like, and people don't understand depression. It's like, no, everybody does. They just think you're a bitch. They're like, people actually don't understand depression. So you mean the most common thing in the entire world? No, I think you just might be a huge pussy. My mom doesn't understand depression. And it's like, your dad beat your mom before you were born. She understands hell.
Yeah, she just got up every day. She just got up. You just got to get up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what sucks about depression. It's like a twofold thing to fix it. Is like you do have to have the element of like compassion and understanding and taking moments to kind of feel the pain. But then eventually you just have to get the fuck up.
Yeah.
And it's like literally therapists will tell you that. Like I have a good therapist because he'll like be understanding about stuff, but he'll also just be like, well, what the fuck do you expect to happen?
Yeah.
You got to do shit. And it's like, yeah, that does suck. And that's, I think, where a lot of people like just sort of fall off in therapy is when the therapist is like, okay, but now we're going to work on you not being a fucking asshole, self-pitying little bitch. And they're like, what do you mean? We spent all this time talking about my feelings. And he's like, right. To understand them, to conquer them. But they go, I don't want to do that. And it's like, because it's a hard part. The hard part is the actual physical. It's easy to go, oh, I've been sad for 20 years.
Yeah.
But then eventually you go, okay, well, now we got to change it.
You ever be talking to somebody that's in some other creative field and then you realize the only reason you're talking to them is that they're bad at it? Like, I would not be talking to you if you had any, like... It's like a person will be like, I'm a filmmaker, you know? And then you'll actually check out their work and be like, oh, the only reason we discussed it all is because you're really bad at this.
Because if they were successful, they'd be somewhere else.
They were good at it, they wouldn't be hanging out at a fucking where I'm hanging out.
Yeah, I mean, that's what, at our level, if you ever meet a guy that's like, I'm a filmmaker, my immediate thought is always like, probably not.
You aren't.
You're probably just like filming you probably just have a short film where your ex-girlfriend takes her tits out.
And that's awesome.
And that's great. Oh, you're a pervert.
So many like male artists are just actually disgusting, degenerate perverts.
Whenever I meet a guy that's like, I'm a photographer, I'm always like, yuck.
It's genuinely like the most disgusting thing ever. I don't understand. You know, you get involved, like, if you hang out in any sort of, like, art scene at all, you'll meet guys that are just like, I do something that shouldn't exist anymore.
Well, because it's also like...
Also, you do the easiest... The thing is with these guys that, like, take pictures of, like, beautiful women in states of undress, it's like, well, you're doing the easiest thing you could possibly do. People are gonna like this.
Yeah.
You're creating something... Nobody's gonna be like, the framing's off on that woman, like, the fucking... I don't like the lighting on that beautiful woman's huge tits.
Yeah. There's only one photographer in LA that I respect, and it's live comedy photographer Van Corona, because he takes pictures of ugly men in full clothes. Fully clothed, ugly men on stage doing a thing.
Shout out to Van
comedy.
Corona, the only good male photographer in all of Los Angeles.
Yes. Truly just taking pictures of dudes on stage talking about being losers.
Yep.
What a non-pervert.
You know how good you have to be at photography to be good at taking pictures of ugly men?
He makes us look good on stage.
It's insane.
He's brilliant.
He's a genius.
He's like truly I look at these pictures, I go, I look fucking cool.
How did he do this?
And then there's other guys just being like, yeah, I take pictures of women in brassieres, and you're like, you're a pervert.
Yeah, I got a woman to paint her body a different color, and so you can still basically see her tits, but I can post it on Instagram.
God damn.
And then I told the woman that if I only charge $50 if she sucks my dick.
Yeah. Yeah, once the photography session's over is when you go, all right, well, you're naked, so what now? And they're like, I was going to go home. And you're like, what?
I could get naked.
What if I was also naked? And she's like, I guess. And he's like, great, I'll get naked.
What if I was also bigger than you and intimidating? And also you couldn't say anything to anybody because all my friends will defend me and say that didn't happen.
And also we're in my apartment. I mean, I told you about there's this guy in LA that takes pictures of ladies in bras and stuff. And he posted something of like, when your client asks if her husband can come to the shoot, and it's like, no. And he really thought people were going to be on his side. And everybody in the fucking comments was like, you are a predator. And he was like, what? And it's like, yeah, dude, you should be in prison. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Who is this?
I don't know him personally. I just saw him on Instagram.
I'm gonna find this
And
repost it and be like,
it's not going to be
this
easy
is so
to find.
true.
But he literally tried to use a meme format of like fucking like Mr. Mosby from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody being like, and then being like, when your client wants to bring her husband, as if people would be like, oh, I know, aren't clients so annoying? Your business is so hard. And it's like, you don't have a business. You're a pervert.
Yeah.
This isn't a business. Like, you might as well just stay in a dark room and draw pictures of tits.
I don't know though. I do think like upper middle class guys from the suburbs of Ohio really need to be artists.
It's really the golden age for it.
Yeah.
It's just guys who are just like, I just want to make money in life. But then all of a sudden something has happened.
And they have no idea at all. And then they're like, I'm going to take pictures of beautiful women.
Yeah, just something has happened where they're like, no, actually I'm an artist.
Yeah.
And then they just like take Basquiat's work and just like fucking violate it.
Yeah.
It's really crazy. I mean, it's been talked about a lot now with the Basquiat clones. It's like a term now.
Yeah.
But like, it really is fucked up. Because you take like a young...
I don't know if I've ever actually met like a good artist.
Like a visual, like a painter?
Yeah, I don't think I have.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's also tough because sometimes, I doubt myself where I'm like, oh, if I like met a guy who was like doing what like guys in museums that I respect is doing, but I just saw it in his apartment, would I think it had value?
Yeah.
Like if... I don't know, but also, like, if I'd never seen anything like Kandinsky and then I went over to a guy's apartment, he's like, these are my paintings, I feel like I'd probably be like, damn.
Yeah.
I like to think that, but maybe, if I walked into a guy's apartment, he was doing Rothko stuff and I'd never seen that, The first time I saw Rothko, I didn't like it, and it was in a museum.
Huh.
So chances are I wouldn't like it. It took me a while to understand and respect what Rothko's doing. So maybe it's the same thing with guys where, you know,
I
because we
feel
also...
like most people's experience with Rothko is not getting it.
We also have, because it takes a little bit for a lot of people.
Yeah.
You have to care. And most people just go, I don't like that. But
Yeah.
I was like, why? Because when I don't like an artist, I'm like, why don't I like it? What's the issue here? How? And I try really hard to like it. And sometimes you go, I guess I just don't like it. But sometimes you go, oh, no, I was wrong. I see it now.
I give people too much leeway in other like fields, I feel like. I think, it's like, oh, you do something else than what I do? That's cool. But then it's like, most people that do anything are not good.
Well, painting's also tough because there's like a dual response. It's the most immediate art form.
Yeah.
Where you see the whole thing and then your brain immediately goes, I like it or don't like it. But the problem is you have to keep looking at it. Like, do you ever stare at a painting for like 5 minutes straight at a museum? Once you do that, you realize you have to do that with every painting you see. And every time you don't, you are like robbing the artist of the attention they deserve.
Yeah.
Because it's like you look at it and you see the whole output of it, and then you keep looking and you see the component parts of it, and then you see the brushstrokes that made it happen, and then you see like the edges and the transitions and everything going into looking, and then you get to a point where it's like you're sort of seeing through the painting and it's bouncing back and forth, and then you kind of pop out of that and you're like, oh, I get it, this is great. You know what I mean? But like, I did that with like Matisse paintings. Because he uses like staccato brushstrokes, so it's like a little more. It's like the abstract impressionists, where like it'll be a landscape, but it's not defined. So you first look at it and you just sort of seeing the colors and the big shapes, but then you keep looking at it and you go, "Oh, this is like filled with detail." It's actually a very direct, very good representation of a landscape. But it took 5 minutes to see all the crests and valleys and everything I'm looking at. But most people just don't do that.
Yeah.
Tourists go to museums and they go, good, bad, good,
Yeah.
And then they walk out and they're like, I could have done that, But you have to like actually give a shit. But
it's funny when people that don't do any sort of creative thing say, I could have done that. It's funny because that's also what people that are involved in creative fields think. I could do that.
Yeah.
So you think the same thing as an ignorant person.
But then the people that make stuff go, all right, well, I'll go do it.
Yeah.
And then I'll do that a bunch of times until I develop my own style.
And then they don't.
Sometimes they don't, though.
Most of the times they don't.
Yeah, I mean, the difference between like being an artist and not being an artist is just being an artist and actually doing it. But then there's a bigger gap between being an artist and being a good artist.
Yeah.
Where it's like there's a lot of people who don't do any art. And then some people start doing art and they go, I'm not these people anymore.
Yeah.
But it's like, but you're still not the good ones.
Yeah.
There's a way bigger gap between you and the good ones. Because you still have the same understanding as a person who doesn't do it. You just do it and make shit.
Well, that's why you got to do it a lot.
But people don't want to do shit.
I guess the game you play, with trying to be creative at all is you have to do it a lot.
When a lot of these guys that want
to... If you don't do it a lot, but there's also the chance if you do it a lot, you still won't be that great. You still won't be very good.
A lot of these guys that want to make money, they go, okay, I didn't want to work really hard in business, so I'll be an artist because you can just make art and then make a lot of money and you don't have to do art as much, but you do have to do art even more. There is no clock in and clock out. It's like, you just have to do it all the time.
Yeah.
But they don't know that. They go, well, no, I'll just do what that guy did, and then and then you get the Basquiat clones, which is fucked up because it's like his whole style came from like being a black man in America and trying to explain his culture and his struggle, and then like putting that into these like highly emotive paintings. And then you just get a white kid who's like, yeah, you throw the paint on the canvas, and you're like, you know how racist this is right now? Do you know how fucking racist you are? Like, this is like the artistic representation of white supremacy.
Yeah.
Everything you're doing it's like just stealing and violating culture for profit.
Yeah.
It's the grossest. It's so much grosser than if you had never done this. Than if you had just been what you think is boring. And what you think is boring is fucking raising a family.
Yeah.
Like, your father is so much better person than you because he just got a job and raised a family. And you think you're better because you don't do anything for anybody else and you steal a black man's experience for profit.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's like fucking disgusting.
They just gaslight themselves and somehow other people. And it's gross, okay?
It's gross.
So stop it.
Gross.
Yuck.
Like farting.
But I don't want to yuck
picking
anybody.
your nose.
But I don't want to yuck.
I don't want to yuck your nose.
I don't want to yuck anybody else's yum. If you want to steal the black experience for profit, I don't want to yuck your yum. Just have fun. It's all about having fun, apparently. That's what all the new painters say.
That's what people be saying. It's like, if it's, it's got to be, it's about parties, You do your art, you go to a party, you do cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. It's fun. You have a good time.
I love all these new painters on Instagram are always like, painting's about having fun. It's like, no, the fuck it's not.
Yeah.
It's about somehow trying to take form and human experience and put it into something that is visually impressive, but actually means it's not fun at all. What's fun about that? Do you know how much work that is to be good at paint? It's not fun. And they're like, no, you just take the paint and you just throw it. And it's like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
You're supposed to take everything in your life and put it into one action that can represent a morsel of it. But you don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
Because you don't care about your own life or life in general. Jackson Pollock didn't just start throwing. It took a while.
It didn't take that long.
I defend Pollock.
I'll defend him too. I mean, I'll defend anybody people want to fucking glibly react to.
I defend him because you see the people that try and emulate it and they have like no concept of like color theory.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, there's a lot that goes into this. It's not having your dad buy you $2,000 worth of paint and then combining it all on a canvas. It's taking, things that work together in a way other people can't see and stacking them in ways that seem chaotic but are very purposeful. That's the issue. There's a lot of people trying to make chaotic art and don't understand that it needs determination and you have to do it with purpose. You see it on stage and comedy. You see it on art, on paintings. Because all the fucking Instagram artists take a bucket, poke holes in it, put paint in the bucket, attach it to a rope, and then fly it over a canvas.
Yeah.
And it's like, what have you done? You didn't even touch the canvas.
Motherfucker made a reel.
You literally just made a reel and then just sold the reel.
Yeah.
For like $1,000 because your dad is in with the New York art scene and can get you into a gallery. That's also the fucked up thing about art. Is more than any other fucking art, painting is that fucking rich kids, all you have to do is sell one painting for $200K and then now you're in the new group of artists that are worth that much.
Yeah.
That's why only rich kids can fucking do it now.
Yeah.
Poor kids are not able to get into these galleries and get their paintings sold. If you get one painting sold, you can have a whole career.
Yeah.
But it's just like, oh, my mom's a docent. It's fucked up. If I was a painter, I'd be so much more angry.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Comedy's at least kind of accessible for people of different walks of life. But painting nowadays, I think, is just fucked.
Everything is getting more and more, impossible to do if you aren't.
Everything's more and more. But
yeah.
I think painting's fully, I don't know how the fuck you do it if you're poor.
Yeah, I don't know.
The paints alone are so expensive, let alone getting into elite circles that can pay for it. It's impossible. Imagine if you had to become friends of billionaires to fucking do stand-up.
I think it's getting to a point where it's like, isn't that, It does feel like, yeah, it does feel like, they prioritize a look when it comes to stand-up and a look that isn't made necessarily within more blue-collar environments.
Yeah, overall.
I feel like, I don't know. If you watch, I'm trying to think of a way to say this and then not call out anything in particular. A lot of the places that put out comedy, that put out the long form thing, you go through and it's either like people of different races or the same white guy 1,000 times.
Yeah, I mean there used to be more variety of class in stand-up, and it's getting less and less.
Part of me is like, I mean, when I started comedy, it's like, if you're good, doesn't matter where you came from. But now it's just like, if you're that certain type of like white guy, like white upper middle class to like rich white guy, like get out, leave.
Go paint.
Yeah, go paint.
Well, that's going to be the episode. Find the paint.
Find the paint.